Hello, and welcome to this very special video. This week marks the 4th year of weekly-ish content creation. I can't believe it. It's been a ride, and this channel has grown far beyond my wildest dreams. So thank you, all of you, for your continued interest and support. Now, I have talked before about what inspires me or inspired me to start creating content, why I do this, so I thought this year it may be fun to look at some of the ideas I've been exploring and will hopefully continue to explore around memory, specifically nostalgia. Patrons now, I have been working on a book for the better part of a year that on the surface is about the world of regional video game collecting. Now, obviously, not everyone is into video games, but they are just a jumping off point to explore the larger themes of memory, identity, and nostalgia. And this extends and is relevant to the channel as well. Two ideas in particular that inspire me are nostalgia as a form of grief and the memories of others. I obviously was not alive through a lot of the periods featured on here, but many of you were. This media could be full of memories for you and would have a different meaning than to me or even to each of you. Sleepcore is the most popular thing here, so using that as an example, it grew out of this idea. Our memories and our dreams are informed so much by the media we consume, from how they look to how we remember them, their pacing, the rhythm. Sleepcore is based off of this, but the great thing about Sleepcore is that it can exist on multiple levels, aesthetically or philosophically. It can be what it is, a curated collection of media, maybe that you grew up with, have memories of, and that's how you watch it and enjoy it, or it can be a hypnagogic state that we all recognize, even if we can't explain why this media we may have no relation with is somehow familiar or even comforting to us. A shared metaphysical space that we all show up to from time to time. I love thinking of Sleepcore and memories in general as sort of metaphysical spaces, ideas that we create and live in. These are obviously inspired by real places, or sometimes people, but what you are seeing, feeling, is also informed by your experience and reflection. Think of a recurring dream. A dream, after all, is just a memory you have no control over, at least direct control. Every time you have it, it feels the same. You wake up with the same feelings and recognize it as something you've experienced before, but it may not have appeared exactly the same as it did last time. Some details may be similar, but it's the feeling, the emotional effect that's the same. In writing fiction or producing Sleepcore, I think this space or phenomenon has a ton of potential for storytelling or immersion. Also nostalgia. People like to get profound about their nostalgia. Some people even like to gatekeep it and put a date on it, tell you you can only feel it for a certain period, but nostalgia really knows no era. There is no amount of time that has to pass before you are allowed to feel it. You could be nostalgic for anything from any time, and that even includes the bad times. I can revisit media from times in my life that were far from great, and it produces the same sensation as revisiting the happy times. I feel like most would associate nostalgia with happiness, warm feelings, but I think there was something very sad about nostalgia. The rose-colored glasses, the good old days, because framing our lives like this isn't really fair to the present. When given time to reflect, we get to have control over our memories, which informs how we view them and the time they took place in. Because we don't have the distance and time to step back from today, it's easy to think that in hindsight, times used to be better. We miss people who used to be in our lives. Sometimes that even includes ourselves. We grieve for our past selves, the things they don't know or haven't done. It's also possible we envy them, all the things they could be doing or are going to do. Maybe even resent them a little bit, depending on how satisfied we are with our own current lives. People often equate younger with better, again, the good old days, which is, of course, a lie. The idea that things used to be better is an extremely negative outlook. It's never going to be 1999 again, or 2012, or 1983, so we need to learn to love 2021, or 22, whenever you're watching this, because it may not feel like it, but one day you will feel the same way about today that you do about yesterday. These are obviously not academic theories, just a couple of ideas I'm navigating and playing around with. I also acknowledge that I am limited by my own experience as much as I try to step outside of it. It may come as a shock to some of you that I am not somebody who lives in the past. I am also an extremely optimistic person, despite some of my takes on this future we're living in, because how could I not be? Even though it's not always easy doing this, with creator burnout, stagnation, sometimes the algorithm just pulls the rug out from under you and leaves you stewing in your own irrelevance. But I'm loved. I've been told my videos have gotten people through grief, the loss of a loved one, or that they watch them while staying up, caring for their newborn, which are such honors. It's great knowing that I'm someone's favorite. I've been told I'm a lot of people's favorite. What I do is loved, which is such an amazing feeling, and it makes it all worth it. So thank you for sharing these times and for making memories with me. If you like the feel of this video and you have the means, please come join us over on Patreon. There is plenty of content over there just like this, just as self-indulgent. We actually have a whole series around it, as well as the other series I promote all the time, like Century of Schlock and Feature Film. There's also media profiles, which are structured just like Sleepcore, that explore the aesthetics that have inspired the locales of the book I mentioned, and zines, and the book itself, when it's done, hopefully sometime next year. And yeah, once again, thank you all so much for your interest. Seriously, it's been such a rewarding experience, and I look forward to seeing what year 5 has in store. Thank you.